Hello and welcome to Mouse in the Mitten Trivia Pod, a podcast where you can test your Disney trivia knowledge over a variety of topics. My name's Court and I will be your host. Our game will consist of 5 rounds of 6 questions, covering everything from your basic Disney knowledge to some unknown facts. Each question is worth 1 point unless otherwise noted. Make sure you follow us on social media on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at Mouse in the Mitten. And if you're watching us over on YouTube, make sure you subscribe, hit that bell for notifications, give this video a thumbs up. In the comments down below, let us know what your score is. Now, there's always something new going on down in Disney. If you would like some help navigating that or planning your dream Disney vacation, I would love to help you out and make sure that it is the most magical vacation you could possibly have. To get started, all you got to do is email me at mouseinthemitten@gmail.com and we can get you started. Now, there is one voice and one character who has taken over Disney and Disney World, Disneyland, and everything else Disney. And to celebrate, we're going to celebrate the person behind that character, and that is Josh Gad. This week is Josh's birthday on February 23rd, so we're going to honor Josh and all of his accomplishments. So this round is dedicated to him and everything that he's done. So let's get started here with question number 1. What Frozen character is Gad best known for playing? Question number 2. What musical did Gad win a Tony for while on Broadway? Question number 3. What live-action remake was Josh Gad in playing a sidekick to a villain? Question number 4. Gad appeared in 3 episodes of what show and was known as Bear Claw? Question number 5. Josh Gad went to Carnegie Mellon, where he graduated with a degree in drama. What Tony winner also attended Mellon at the same time? And question number 6. Josh Gad met his wife Ida Darvish in 2004 and married in 2008. The two were cast to play a married couple in what play? All right, I'm gonna give you a few seconds worth of music and then I will return to give you some answers. All right, let's celebrate one of the biggest Disney fans out there, Josh Gad, and his birthday. And let's get started with question number 1. What Frozen character is Gad best known for playing? He is best known as Olaf. And recently in an interview, he said that one of his biggest regrets is that he didn't tweak the Olaf voice a little bit to be so close to his voice. Now, I get why he gave it the voice that it did. It just kind of fits perfectly. But he says that one of the biggest things now is like he'll be walking in a grocery store and say something to his kids or call or be talking to someone on the phone, and there inevitably will be a little kid going, Olaf. And so he's like, I wish I'd kind of tweaked it a little bit. Very happy with what he's done, but he's like, maybe I should have tweaked it. But we didn't know Frozen was going to be as big of a success as it was. Question number 2. What musical did Gad win a Tony for while on Broadway? That would be The Book of Mormon, which again fits. That makes sense that Josh Gad was in that and definitely did a great job in that as well. He won a Tony because he was part of the ensemble and they won for the best soundtrack, and that's where his Tony comes from. Question number 3. What live action remake was Josh Gad in playing a sidekick to a villain? Well, that would be Beauty and the Beast. He was LeFou, who was obviously Gaston's sidekick. Obviously, we all know the positives and all the twists that LeFou ended up becoming in the live action. But that is the role that he got cast in for that live action. Question number 4. Gad appeared in 3 episodes of what show and was known as Bear Claw? That would be New Girl. He was in 3 episodes and they were in 3 separate seasons. He was a co-worker and he was usually there saying a couple lines and then off, and we didn't really see him a whole lot after that. But yep, he was in New Girl for a couple episodes. Question number 5. Josh Gad went to Carnegie Mellon, where he graduated with a degree in drama. What Tony winner also attended Mellon at the same time? Well, that would be Leslie Odom Jr., best known for his work in Hamilton as Aaron Burr. So he won his Tony for obviously being in Hamilton and then also as Aaron Burr. But yeah, they both attended Carnegie Mellon at the same time. I did some research. I couldn't really find anything about, like, did they have classes together? I'd imagine they did, because they were both there at the same time, both kind of for the same thing of drama. But they did attend at the same time. Last but not least, question number 6. Josh Gad met his wife, Ida Darvish, in 2004 and married in 2008. The two were cast to play a married couple in what play? That would be All in the Timing. That's where they met. They were cast as a married couple in that play. From there, they started dating, and now they are married with some awesome kids. And it's cool to see what Josh Gad does. He's a huge Disney fan. Definitely cool to see him in the parks. He recently was a part of the safari and was on there as well. I would have loved to be on that ride. It would have been hilarious, and obviously just a lot of fun as well. But definitely cool, and I'm excited to see where he goes from here and the mark that he leaves on Disney. Continuing on now into round number 2. Round number 2 is our Fast Facts. This round is filled with simple questions that have simple answers. Today's category is Run Disney Events. So the way this round is going to work is I'm going to give you the name of a Run Disney event. And you just have to tell me, is that event held in Disney World, Disneyland, or is that a virtual run? So let's get started here with question number 1. Wine and Dine Half Marathon. Question number 2. Marathon Weekend. Question number 3. Halloween Half Marathon. Question number 4. Love on the Run 14 Miler. Question number 5. Princess Half Marathon. And question number 6. 12Ks of Christmas. Now, Run Disney is a lot of fun. They have a lot of really cool events. Now, the timing of them, obviously, they're very early, everything else like that. But it is a unique way to be able to see some rare characters and a unique way to be able to see some of the parks as well. So let's get started here with question number 1. Wine and Dine Half Marathon. Well, that is Walt Disney World. That usually goes hand in hand with the Wine and Food Festival in Epcot. That's usually around the same time. And obviously, you get to run through Epcot. Question number 2. Marathon Weekend. That is Walt Disney World. That is a big weekend. That's where, if you ever hear about people doing like the Dopey Challenge or something like that, that is that weekend. To be clear, the Dopey Challenge is doing a 5K, 10K, half marathon, and marathon. All like 5Ks on Thursday, 10K on Friday, half marathon Saturday, full marathon Sunday. I applaud the people who do that. I myself have ran 6 marathons, and I don't think I could do a half marathon the day before, but hey, it's a really cool challenge. It's definitely on my list to do a Run Disney event. I haven't done one. I want to, but I in time. I'm lifting more these days, so in time. Question number 3. Halloween Half Marathon. That is in Disneyland. So this will actually be a little hint here. This is the only one that will be in Disneyland. They don't really have a ton of events out there as of right now, but this one is in Disneyland. Question number 4. Love on the Run 14 Miler. That is a virtual race that you can do with Disney. Matter of fact, it is tied into Valentine's Day, which was this past week. That's where that connection comes in. Now, virtual runs are cool because they're Disney themed, and you have a certain amount of time in which you can get those in. So you can kind of schedule your runs depending on what day you have available to get that race in. Question number 5. Princess Half Marathon. That is Disney World. That is a big one that draws a big crowd and definitely is a lot of fun to be able to see all the people that get dressed up for it as well. Last but not least, question number 6. The 12Ks of Christmas, that is a virtual race. Again, virtual has really taken off. Obviously, ever since COVID, virtual races have become more and more of a thing, and it's a really cool way to get in on Run Disney. There are some advantages of being a member of Run Disney, such as early entry into some of these events. But if you are planning on doing a Run Disney event and you need some help kind of navigating those waters, I would love to help get you all taken care of and all set. And again, it's just a really cool way to be in Disney and see some really unique features of Disney as well. Continuing on now into round number 3. Round number 3 is our connecting the circles. The way this round works is I will ask you 5 questions that may or may not be Disney related, but the answers do relate somehow through Disney. And that's going to be your 6th and final question, is what is that connection? So let's get started here with question number 1. What dance is typically held for high schoolers in the spring and is usually the last get-together besides graduation for seniors? Question number 2. Toy Story 2 is the first sequel feature film from Pixar. What was the second sequel feature film? Question number 3. Jim Henson is best known for his work with what group of characters? Question number 4. What bear is named after a city in Canada? Question number 5. Give the subtitle for the 4th Pirates of the Caribbean movie. And question number 6 is what is the connection? I'm going to give you a few seconds worth of music, see if you can come up with that connection, and then I will return. Let's see if we can connect those circles. So question number 1. What dance is typically held for high schoolers in the spring and is usually the last get-together besides graduation for seniors? That is prom. That is a big event usually in the spring. And if TV has proven me anything, prom is a big turning point all the time in every single story that has ever involved high school students ever. Question number 2. Toy Story 2 is the first sequel feature film from Pixar. What was the second sequel feature film? Well, that would be Cars 2. Now, technically, Toy Story 3 did come out before Cars 2, but Cars 2 is the second sequel that Pixar came out with. Is it as good as 1 and 3? No. The storyline is unique. We'll just say that. Question number 3. Jim Henson is best known for his work with what group of characters? That would be the Muppets. Obviously, those two go hand in hand. When you think of Jim Henson, you think of the Muppets. Question number 4. What bear is named after a city in Canada? That would be Winnie the Pooh. He is named after Winnipeg and is actually named after a bear in the Winnipeg Zoo as well. But Winnie is for Winnipeg, and then the bear in the zoo was Pooh, so Winnie the Pooh. Question number 5. Give the subtitle of the 4th Pirates of the Caribbean movie. That would be On Stranger Tides. That is the 4th movie. That was kind of the collection there. You had 4 movies come out like sequentially, and then all of a sudden it was a big leap, and the next one didn't come out until 2017. Rumors are there's supposed to be another one coming out, but we'll have to wait and see if that actually comes to fruition. So question number 6 is what is the connection? Well, we had answers such as prom, Cars 2, the Muppets, Winnie the Pooh, and On Stranger Tides. The connection there, those are all movies that were released in 2011. Prom came out on April 29, 2011. Cars 2, June 24. The Muppets, November 23. Winnie the Pooh, July 15. And then On Stranger Tides, May 20th. All of those in 2011. So hopefully you're able to make that connection. It was a good year for movies. Prom, this isn't like the best version of that movie or the best take on that movie. This is not the one that stars Brittany Snow. This is a completely different one that I recognized 0 names in that one. But the Muppets, that is the one with Jason Segel and Amy Adams. And It was actually written by Jason Segel as well. Winnie the Pooh, this was a reinvention of Pooh Bear and Winnie the Pooh and a new take on the tales as well. Obviously, Cars 2 we talked about a little bit already, and same thing with the Stranger Tides as well. So a decent year for movies. Not the best year for Disney, but definitely a good year for movies. Continuing on now to round number 4. Round number 4 is typically reserved for movie anniversaries, and today that will hold true. Round 4 is going to be dedicated to the movie Heavyweights. Now, this is a personal favorite of mine. I've always enjoyed the movie. It is funny. It is classic mid-90s comedy. I enjoyed it thoroughly. So let's just get started here with question number 1. Who played the role of Tony Perkins, the new owner of Camp Hope, who wants to turn the camp into an infomercial? Question number 2. What water feature was a feature of the Camp Hope promotional video and the new counselors took down after Tony took over? Question number 3. What event does Camp Hope compete against Camp MVP in the finale of the movie? Question number 4. What current SNL cast member was also one of the lead roles in Heavyweights? Question number 5. When the campers arrive, we meet Tim, a guy who had lost a bunch of weight and was the skinny guy at camp. When the campers arrive, Tim is wearing a jersey for what team that had yet to play a game when Heavyweights came out? And question number 6. What writer and director known for his comedy wrote Heavyweights? All right, I'm going to give you a few seconds worth of music, try to come up with those answers, and then I will return. Let's get some answers here on Heavyweights. So question number 1. Who played the role of Tony Perkins, the new owner of Camp Hope who wants to turn the camp into an infomercial? That would be Ben Stiller, who in the movie, if you've ever seen it, he not only plays himself but also his dad in the movie, and Ben Stiller's actual dad is the original owner of Camp Hope, so he's in there as well. Jerry Stiller has to be in there somewhere, right? The guy's a legend as well. And obviously, this is a movie about a character who wants to work out. This is not the last time that we run into that character in Ben Stiller's repertoire. Question number 2. What water feature was a feature of the Camp Hope promotional video and the new counselors took down after Tony took over? That would be the Blob. That's the one where everyone jumps on one end and the other end someone goes flying. That is a big part of the promotional video and a big thing at the camp as well. Question number 3. What event does Camp Hope compete against Camp MVP in the finale of the movie? Well, that would be the Apache Relays. That's where all the Camp Hope kids are dressed up as Indians, and then all the Camp MVP are dressed up as the Greeks, and they have a relay race in which, you got the they're jumping in the potato sack. There's a hall of knowledge. They had to shave a balloon, and then they end with the go-kart race at the very end, in which Camp Hope wins in upsetting fashion. Question number 4. What current SNL cast member was also one of the lead roles in Heavyweights? Well, that would be Kenan Thompson. At this point, you have to realize Kenan Thompson was in D2 and D3, The Mighty Ducks. He was also on Nickelodeon, so he was kind of into his own thing, and this is obviously before he was on SNL. He joined SNL in 2008, and matter of fact, he has been on there ever since, and he had an 11-minute long audition, which was absolutely bonkers at the time. But yeah, he was in this movie and definitely one of the prominent faces. When you see it, you're like, oh, look who it is. He's been around for a while and has done a lot of really great work. Question number 5. When campers arrive, we meet Tim, a guy who has lost a bunch of weight and was the skinny guy at camp. When the campers arrive, Tim is wearing a jersey for what team that had yet to play a game when Heavyweights came out? That would be the Carolina Panthers. Matter of fact, throughout the movie, Tim does wear 3 jerseys, the Panthers, the Falcons, and the Dolphins. But this one's surprising because at the time of the movie being released, the Carolina Panthers had yet to play a game. They wouldn't play their first game until the fall of that year. Now, one of the reasons why he is wearing that jersey is because the movie was filmed in North Carolina, so it was a little tip of the hat. Fun fact about the guy who played Tim, that's Paul Feig, best known for now his directing and producing, primarily on The Office. So there's a little crossover there as well. Last but not least, question number 6. What writer and director, known for his comedy, wrote Heavyweights? Well, that would be Judd Apatow. He obviously is known for 40-Year-Old Virgin and everything, like all those kind of mid to late 2000s, 2010s, though that's what he is best known for. But he did write Heavyweights. Matter of fact, as the story goes, he apparently brought his girlfriend, soon to be wife, to see Heavyweights just to kind of show off a little bit. So definitely a classic. If you are looking for quintessential 90s comedy, this is it right here. It's on Disney Plus, and if you haven't checked it out, give it a watch. It's corny, but it's still fun. Continuing on now to round number 5. Round number 5 is going to be titled Disney Card Facts. So for me, I'm a collector of sports cards. And last week, we saw the release of Topps Series 1, which is a baseball card. And what we're going to do here is I'm going to give you basically the stats that you would see on the back of a baseball card. Usually height, weight, birthday, and a little fun fact. And all you have to name is what character has these stats and these little fun facts. So let's get started here with question number 1. 2 feet 3 inches tall, weighing 23 pounds, born November 28, 1928. Loves hot dogs, his dog Pluto, and longtime girlfriend Minnie. Question number 2. 4 feet tall, born May 25, 1932. Considered a canine, loves Max, and no one knows what happens to his wife. Question number 3. 5 foot 1 inch with a summer birthday. A recluse with a chameleon as her only friend and is obsessed with floating lanterns. Question number 4. 3 feet tall with 4, maybe sometimes 6 appendages, tried to ruin Super Bowl 59. Question number 5. 2 feet tall, 32.8 pounds. Ability, hopping and farming. Best friend is a fox. And question number 6. 70 centimeters tall, about 6 pounds. Maybe a good baseball player if he wasn't so scared of the sky falling on him all the time. All right, I'm gonna give you a few seconds worth of music, try to come up with those answers, and then I will return. Let's read the back of some of these Disney cards. So let's get started with question number 1. 2 feet 3 inches tall, weighing 23 pounds. Born November 28th, 1928. Loves hot dogs, his dog Pluto, and longtime girlfriend Minnie. That is, of course, Mickey Mouse. 2 feet 3 inches tall and 23 pounds. Seems like a decent size for a mouse. Definitely would scare me, but definitely, hopefully the love of Pluto and Minnie gave that one away. Question number 3. 4 feet tall, born May 25, 1932. Considered a canine, loves Max, and no one knows what happened to his wife. That would be Goofy. Now, I say canine because even the man who voices him doesn't say he's a dog or a cow. He just calls him a canine. So hopefully you were able to put those pieces together as well. Question number 3. 5 foot 1 inch with a summer birthday. A recluse with a chameleon as her only friend and is obsessed with floating lanterns. That would be Rapunzel. Now, I say a summer birthday because some sources say her birthday is June 22. Some say July 22. So I just, instead of picking a date, I just said summer birthday. And of course, best friend, her chameleon Pascal, and then the floating lanterns. The biggest plot hole I see is when she sees the floating lanterns and says they're on her birthday. She knows they're on her birthday. All Mother Gothel had to say was, your birthday's next month. They're not for your birthday. Roll credits. But, that wouldn't make as fun of a story. Question number 4. 3 feet tall with 4, sometimes 6 appendages. Tried to ruin Super Bowl 59. That is Stitch. Obviously, we got the live action coming out this summer, and I got up for a little bit to go and get something from the kitchen during the Super Bowl. And my wife goes, what is this? And then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, that's Stitch running around the field of the Super Bowl. I thought it was hilarious. I loved it. My wife's not a big fan of Lilo and Stitch, so she wasn't a big fan of it, but I loved it. Question number 5. 2 feet tall, 32.8 pounds. Ability, hopping and farming. Best friends with a fox. That would be Judy Hopps. Pure muscle, that is right there. She can jump over buildings, grab donuts, and her best friend is a fox. Definitely is Judy Hopps, PD. Question number 6. 70 centimeters tall, about 6 pounds. Maybe a good baseball player if he wasn't so scared of the sky falling all the time. That'd be Chicken Little. That is from the movie Chicken Little. Always scared of the sky falling, but there's a whole big sequence with him and playing baseball. So I had to tie that back in to baseball somehow. So hopefully you enjoyed that. A little bit of fun. Definitely could be something that we do again in the future. Well, I want to thank you for tuning in this week. I will return next week with more questions and more fun. Make sure you're following us on social media at Mouse in the Mitten on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. If you're watching us over on YouTube, make sure you subscribe, hit that bell for notifications, give this video a thumbs up. The comments down below, let us know your scores. If you're listening to us, make sure you follow us on Apple Podcasts. If Apple isn't your thing, make sure you download us wherever else you can. Leave a 5-star review wherever you can as well. Now, if you are thinking about Disney or planning a Disney vacation and you want some help navigating that is completely free, I would love to be able to help you out and be able to make sure that this is the most magical vacation that you could possibly have. To get started, all you got to do is email me at mouseinthemitten@gmail.com and we can get started. Well, hey, my name's Court. The dog's name is Milo. I appreciate you tuning in, and I will see you next time.